Welcome, Kelvin Dale here, revealing how the Irish had an impact on helping shape the United States. We go now to the story of the Irish Brigade, an immigrant army within an army whose bravery turned tragedy into honor. You'll want to stay with this one through to the end. Let's get into it. It was known as the Irish Brigade that was formed in September 1861 under Thomas Francis Meagher, an Irish revolutionary who had once led the Young Ireland movement against British rule in Ireland. After the failed uprising of 1848, he was sentenced to death, then exiled to Tasmania. From there, he staged a daring escape in 1852 and made his way to New York, where he became a lawyer, speaker, and champion of the Irish immigrant cause. When the Civil War began, Meagher saw another fight worth joining. He established his headquarters on Staten Island and began recruiting Irishmen from the docks, taverns, and tenement streets of New York City. Many of these volunteers had fled the Great Famine in Ireland a decade earlier, and now sought steady pay and a chance to prove that Irish Americans would stand for the Union by joining the Civil War. Their first major test came in the summer of 1862 during General McClellan's Peninsula Campaign in Virginia. The Irish Brigade fought with fierce determination through rain-soaked fields and heavy Confederate fire. Out of roughly 3,000 men, nearly 500 were killed or wounded in those few weeks of fighting. The losses were devastating, but their valor was unquestioned. Their leader, General Meagher, who is seated here, believed they were not just fighting for the preservation of the American Union, but for the honor of Ireland as well. At the Battle of Antietam on September 17, 1862, the Irish Brigade was ordered to assault the Confederate position at the Sunken Road near Sharpsburg, Maryland. Advancing across open ground under heavy rifle and artillery fire, they struck the enemy line with about 540 men. In less than half an hour, over 60% were killed or wounded, including many of their officers. Their green battle flags were riddled with bullets, but stayed upright through the fight. At Gettysburg in July 1863, the Irish Brigade fought under Colonel Patrick Kelly as part of the 2nd Corps of the Army of the Potomac. On July 2nd, they were ordered into the infamous Wheatfield, a patch of farmland that became one of the bloodiest sections of the battlefield. Advancing through waist-high grain, they clashed with Confederate divisions from South Carolina and Georgia in close-quarters musket fire that surged back and forth for hours. Today, a bronze monument of an Irish wolfhound resting in sorrow marks the ground where so many Irish soldiers fell in the battle. By 1864, only remnants of the original regiments remained. The brigade fought on through the Wilderness and Spotsylvania campaigns and endured the long siege of Petersburg. Colonel Patrick Kelly was killed in front of his regiment on June 30, 1864, while directing his men under fire. Command then passed to Colonel Richard Byrne, who led the survivors through to the end of the war in the spring of 1865. After 4 years of combat, the Irish Brigade suffered more than 4,000 casualties, sealing its reputation as one of the most valorous units in the Union Army. Where did this trail of discovery take us? Those same green flags that once waved above the smoke of battle hang today in the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C. They tell a story not just of war, but of belonging and how the Irish helped save the Union. Irish immigrants who fought for a country that was still learning who it was, giving America what they had carried from Ireland, a fearless heart and a will to endure. Thanks so much for watching. If you are Irish, your roots are from Ireland, or would like to be among the honorary Irish, you're at the right place. Please take a moment to like, subscribe, click on the notification bell, or even leave me a comment. Until next time, keep that Irish twinkle in your eye.